What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway as we're here live this morning to cover the duels for you. A little early stream for everybody. A lot earlier than we normally do. Trying a dual stream today, so we're live on Facebook as always, and also live over on YouTube. Over on the YouTube channel, bringing you the CP Rivers Furniture and Decor Cup Series here for ISNF. Hopefully you guys had a good time last night watching all the exciting action as these guys put on one hell of a show in both the Truck Series and the Legacy Series. But right now, we're going to go down to the racetrack, check in, see how all the drivers are currently doing as we get ready for the race tonight. Bear with me as I try to keep up with both chats. It's the first time I've ever had to do both chats, so please bear with me. But I see we got Barbara over there on the YouTube side. Barbara says, let's go Sean, number 77. Heck yeah. And over here on the Facebook side, I see Jeremy, what's going on? William St. John, yeah, pretty early today. Uncle Kenny, what's happening? Jeremy says, being lazy on Sunday, getting ready to go pick up the kids and maybe hit Six Flags. Heck yeah. Nothing like a good old Six Flag day to enjoy your time. But we got 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining before we grid up for the very first duel today. Right now, though, Eugene Thorne, and then number 38, the fastest on the racetrack. As Eugene had a fast car last night in the Xfinity Series. That 99 Citgo car was getting it last night. So it'll be interesting to see how he does here today in the Cup cars. But like I said, we're down on the racetrack, checking them out, seeing how everything's going. But right now, Thorne the fastest. McLaughlin, I'll tell you, that guy right there, if it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. As the last two races, he has been fast, has been aggressive, been an awesome pusher. But unfortunately, he gets caught up in a lot of stuff. But he's second quickest. Davies, oh, James Bond, third quickest right now. Oh, Dave Corchesney, or as I like to call him, just Dave, currently fourth quickest. Whitfield fifth. Seaborn picked up a victory last night in the Xfinity Series, the Legacy Series. He's sixth quickest. Salter, another guy, extremely fast last night. Heartbreak for him at the end as him and Dave got into it on the final green, white, and checkered. But he's seventh quickest right now. Zuber, eighth quickest. Oh, Bice is ninth quickest. Combs, 10th quickest. Weeks, 11th. Cannon, 12th. Montgomery 13th, Wheeldon 14th, Hitchcock 15th, Castle 16th, Woodward 17th, Bauk 18th, Armijo currently in 19th, and Miss Rhea Ferris currently 20th quickest right now. But, hope everybody's ready for a fun night tonight. Let me know over on the YouTube side if it looks good for you. Let me know on the Facebook side if it looks good for you. Because, like I said, first time doing dual streams. Everything should be at high quality like we like it here on the Beehive. But we're here with the Cup cars. And as the Queen Bee likes to so affectionately call them, oh, the cars with the giant-ass spoilers on the back of them. As these spoilers create a lot of downforce, a lot of drag, but poke a huge hole in the air. So we should see some exciting side-by-side racing today. 2-3 wide potentially here in the duels. But the 500, expect when we get over to the 500, it's going to be a lot of single file for a while. It's a long race for those guys and gals. 500 miles, 200 laps today. So going to definitely have to take care of your car in that long of a race. But got 5.5 minutes left here before we roll over. But tell you what, let's see if we can get in touch with a driver or two here and see how their day is going. Let's see, who do we want to bring up here to the booth? How about tell you what, let's bring Gary in. Gary Amijo, Robbie in the booth. You got a copy? Gary, Robbie in the booth. You got a copy, bud? Try one more time. You may have stepped away for a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Ah, I got you now, brother. How you doing this morning?
Doing great. Just looking forward to this race.
I tell you, man, you've been the super sub the last 2 days as you filled in for Roland Paparazzi Landry. It sounds like you got the call again this morning.
I did indeed. And always looking forward to racing.
Heck yeah. Well, what do you expect here in the Cup Cars of Daytona, man? You think you got a piece that could compete for it today?
This is my first time doing fixed, so it's going to be interesting. I'm going to play it safe and try to keep my nose clean.
Well, heck yeah, brother. The duels here a little bit different than the 500 later on today. 500, completely different strategy. So in the duel, how aggressive can you be versus how aggressive you can be in the 500?
Well, probably need to be a little bit more aggressive. Try to get a good spot in the race this afternoon. So, yeah, I'm going to be a little more aggressive than I usually am.
Well, heck yeah, we look forward to watching you on the racetrack today, man. Like I said, we're going to start calling you Super Sub. Because the last 2 days, you've definitely done an awesome job filling in for Roland out there, man. So, appreciate you stepping up for Roland, man. And best of luck to you today here in the duel and then the 500 later today.
Thank you so much, and a Happy New Year to you, bud.
Hey, you too, man. Alrighty, that is Gary Amijo filling in again for Roland Paparazzi Landry today. As the paparazzi still having issues. Uncle Kenny says it looks and sounds good over on the YouTube as well. Heck yeah. William St. John said, did some racing last night. Rating going down on dirt. Hoping for a better track next week when they change tracks. But did pretty good on the regular street stop. Place 6 was 4th till the end. Final 3 laps. 3 laps and the engine blew. Used my fast repair. Raced the last lap to finish 6th. Was going good too. Would have been my first top 5 in Fanatic Street Stock. Heck yeah, William. That's an awesome job, brother. Way not to give up. Good morning to you too, Scott Brimkamp. Have a good day at church. Say a couple prayers for me because I got a long day ahead of me of broadcasting. As we watch the drivers out on the racetrack. Like I said, long day of broadcasting here on the channel as not only do we have the duels this morning, we got the Daytona 500 here for the ISNF Cup Series, and then we also have our Dirt Series Promotion Modified, Big Block Modified race tonight. And cap it all off, Rocky Mountain Legends Racing Association Super Late Models from the Milwaukee Mile. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun day of broadcasting here. It's going to be a busy day, but we're going to have some amazing races to share with everybody. And Johnny Castle there in the number 34 Loves Travel Plaza Ford Mustang. Johnny Castle had a fast car in the Xfinity race. The only thing Johnny had to do there at the end probably been a little bit more aggressive on the bump drafting, but at the end of the day, man, still had an awesome finish. Good morning, Alan. How are you this morning, sir? As we watch them finish up practice here, last minute 16 of practice before it rolls over into the duels. Right now, 20 drivers have put times in. Let's see how many we got overall in the server. Got 22 drivers right now registered here in the server. So it looks like we'll have 11 drivers in each. As we get down to the last 51 seconds of our Gearhead Coffee Countdown to Green. Make sure you go over to gearheadcoffee.com. Make you a purchase of fine coffee, different hats, shirts. They even got rubs now that they're doing. But check them out over at gearheadcoffee.com. Put in promo code FULLSEND10. Get you 10% off your entire purchase order. And it lets them know that you heard about them through the Beehive. Oh, about ready to grill some steaks for lunch. That's what I'm talking about. I'm on my way to your house, Alan. Me and the computers are just going to do some wireless streaming on our way over to your house to eat some steak. Countdown to green's about to come to an end. The final 7 seconds here as we get ready to go. So we'll stop the running order drop down and stop the countdown to green. Alright, looks like drivers are going to go out and qualify, as always, like they do in real life, to set their positions for the duels. Don't screw mine up, I'm pretty particular about mistakes. She's physically, she's doing good. She's kind of getting over the bug. Unfortunately, though, someone else in the family has caught it, and they are not doing well, so she is spending time with them right now. NASCAR legends have we ran into on this page? NASCAR-wise, none, but we do have an unser that follows us. So we do have an unser that follows us. Alright, you see Dave rolling down the back straightaway in that number 42 Credit One Banking Chevrolet. There's Nick Cannon in that Penske Alliance Mustang out there. See how he does today. Yeah, iRacing is pretty big. I know as far as like personally racing on the server, I've raced with several drivers. You see David Salters in the number 18 Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry. Right now, Eugene Thorne fastest with a 47.269. I have raced in iRacing lobbies with Dale Jr. I have raced in the lobby with Hermie Sadler, Elliott Sadler. I've raced in a lobby with Jeff Green and probably the biggest one that I raced with and the one that I fanboyed over was Shane Meal. I got to race in a lobby with Shane Meal. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But, yeah, iRacing is pretty big in the NASCAR community and racing community in general. A lot of up-and-coming dirt drivers I've raced against. And I got into a practice session one time with probably the biggest alien on iRacing, Ty Majeski. Real late at night, got into a super late model lobby with him and learned really quick there's a reason Ty Majeski is considered an alien. That dude is stupid fast. Oh, yeah, and Denny Hamlin. I've been in a lobby with Denny Hamlin as well. Oh, looks like James Bond is going to go to the top of the board with a 46.947. Barely edging out Nick Cannon with a 46.948. Heck of a run for him. Johnny Castle's going to finish with a 47.674. That'll be fast enough for 12. Heck yeah, Uncle Kenny. Yeah, we've covered a series with Hermie Sadler in it. I think Elliott Sadler came and raced one time in it as well. See Matthew Fitz in that number 21. Matthew barely able to make it in today. Had a transformer blow up outside of his house in the middle of the night. They got it fixed just in time for him to be here for the duels. So Austin Rhodes was standing by to fill in for him. Austin Rhodes now will fill in over for the Rick Ware racing team. See Chad Hitchcock in the number 22. Matthew Fitz, second lap, 47.044. That'll be fast enough for fourth quickest. Chad Hitchcock's going to be fifth quickest with a 47.169. But right now, though, the double agent spy out of England, Max Davies, old 007, James Bond, is going to be the fastest here in qualifying. Alright, it looks like drivers are starting to get gridded up down there. So we'll stop the qualifying drop down and the qualifying driver bar. And we will get you your very first pit pass with the Queen Bee starting grid here. Let's change our camera here real quick. So your very first pit pass with the Queen Bee starting grid here for the duels. Starting on the pole, gonna be old James Bond himself, Max Davies, with Nick Cannon to his outside. Row number 2, Jonathan Combs and Matthew Fitz in that number 21 to make up row number 2. Row 3 is where you'll find Chad Hitchcock along with Eugene Thorne in that number 38. Row 4, Wesley Whitfield and Sean McLaughlin in the number 77. Row 5, Bryant Seaborn and Robbie Bice in that number 6. Shane Wheeldon Sr. in the 17 and just Dave Corchesney in that 42 in row number 6. Row 7 is where you're going to find Ricky Montgomery and Rhea Snowflake Ferris in the number 12. Row 8, Johnny Castle in the number 34, along with Michael Zuver in the number 11. Row 9, Dean Weeks and David Salter in the 18. And row 10 is where you'll find David Bauk along with Gary Armijo in the 37. Row 11, Albert Hewins and Ethan Woodward in the number 32. And those will be your 22 drivers doing battle here in the very first and only duel of the night. Should be a good competitive race here. We'll take a look at your track information here really quick for you. Again, Daytona International Speedway, 2.48 mile racetrack here, 4 turns. Race distance 149 miles. Track temp currently 78 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at 8 miles an hour as these guys get ready to do battle for 60 laps to set our starting grid for today's Daytona 500. One thing they don't do here in the series is they do not go ahead and give you the front row just because you qualified on the front row. You've got to earn it. So if you're James Bond, it's nice being the fast qualifier here, getting that nice start here in the duel, but you've got to finish there if you want to start there in the actual feature today. In the Daytona 500, as 22 cars will do battle in the Daytona 500. There you see Wesley Whitfield in that number 62 South Point Chevy. This is a one race deal for Wesley today. Wesley's only job is to come in here and get the win. Ethan Woodward in that number 32 Go Fast car. Right now, one race deal for him, but it could turn into a multi-race, even a full season for him, depending on how today goes. The lights are out atop the pace car. It's going to make that left-hand turn on the pit road, and we're going to go green flag racing here at Daytona in the duels. Here we go. Green flag in the air. The field is away. Max Davies on the inside is going to get the jump. Nick Cannon on the outside as they work down into turn number 1. We'll pull up your top 5 bars. You'll see who your top 5 is at all times on your left-hand side of the screen. Right-hand side, you grab a bar so you can see that the camera is focused in at that time. Field 2x2 all the way off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway here. Ought to be interested to see how this plays out, how aggressive these drivers are going to be. Remember, it's 50% fuel load for these guys. So they're going to have to make probably 2 pit stops in this race. I got you, William. Shannon, what's going on, darling? How are you? Did you see Matthew Fitz and then number 21 Menards Mustang running third in line on the outside. Is that South Chevrolet that we talked about? You see the 62 as he's trying to make his way around the field. But right now, the Combs on that outside, he's trying to make his way around Davies. Oh, Wesley Whitfield says, you know what? It's a little too aggressive this early in the race. I'm going to back towards the back here, hang out for a little bit. As you watch him go slow down the back straightaway, he'll let the field go by. It's 2x2x2 parade style lap. Oh, we got him wrecking in turns 3 and 4. The 37 is up and over. No caution at this time. But the 37 and the 1 got wrapped up back there. That's Gary Armijo and David Pope. Ouch. Bauk. Sorry. I'm going to learn how to pronounce their names, I promise. As they got into it back there. But we stay green at the moment. Just trying to talk yourself into getting up and getting ready, ain't you? I hear you. Side by side up front, Davis on the bottom, Combs on the top. But Hitchcock in that 22 going to give the 43 a huge shove and get him out front. See, these Cup cars a lot more stable than those Xfinity cars were last night. As they battle side by side through turns. Down the back straightaway they go. Front pack 2x2. Everybody being respectful right now. Not a lot of aggressive side drafting at the moment. Not a lot of big pushes right now. Oh! As I say that, one getting loose down there on the bottom. Oh, the 22 of Hitchcock thought about going to the outside. Not going to be able to get all the way up there. Davies, though, he goes to the top. He's going to get stuck up there. That's going to give Hitchcock the run down on the bottom with Thorne right behind him. Here comes Thorne. Oh, Thorne gets loose, and here we go. We are piling them up, stacking them up deep in turns 1 and 2. As that is well over half the field there in turns 1 and 2. Oh man, we'll back it up and take a look at it. We'd seen. All heck breaks loose and everybody goes for a ride. Unfortunately, that's going to end a lot of these drivers' days here. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's no cautions here in the duel. It's run straight through no matter how it happens. Is Weeman flagging or what? Chris Reed, what's going on? Now, I think in the duels they don't have any cautions here in the duels. So it's running all the way out. As right now, Combs is gonna be able to take advantage of it. He's gonna have the lead. He's gonna have Hitchcock right there behind him along with Davies. The Daytona 500 will have cautions, I do know that. But no cautions here in the duels, as the drivers will have to come down, get a fast repair, and get back out there. But that stacked up a lot of the field. Right now, that's going to leave just 12 drivers on the lead lap. Last driver on the lead lap is going to be that 17 of Shane Wheeldon Sr. You see the damage on that number 17 as he's trying to make his way around the racetrack. Eventually, he's going to have to come in and get that fixed. See Rhea in that Chad Little throwback, that John Deere, as she brings it to pit road. Seven laps now completed here. So now it's really just a matter of who can kind of keep it together here. As Thorne and Seaborn able to run right there together. See if they can chase down those leaders. They lost a lot of ground. You see the damage on the front of Seaborn's car, though. That nose is pushed in. Not sure how well he's going to be able to do if he tries to lead a pack. Eugene now on the bottom. They're going to try and work their way around Eugene on the outside. Eugene may have some motor damage and be a little bit slower than these guys. At 21, though, the problem for him is he has no damage on his race car. Matthew Fitz with no damage on his car, but everyone else around him's got some damage on their car, especially Seaborn. Look at the nose of Seaborn's car, as it is just shoved in. But one thing I do know, just from experience, it's something about the right front on the Mustang and the Cup cars. You do any kind of damage to it, and it just kills the horsepower on those cars. But out front, Jonathan Coombs continues to lead. Hitchcock second, Davies third. And then back here, you see Thorne and the 38 and Seaborn. They run fourth and fifth. The 21 of Hitchcock trying to get back on the lead lap, as he had to come in and get that damage repaired. Hopefully him and the 11 are able to work together and maybe push their way through this. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for these guys. As we continue to watch them here. Tell you what, let's go back to sixth place. That's Wesley Whitfield, and then number 62. Wesley doesn't look like he has any damages. He was able to slow up and avoid all that carnage. Problem for him, though, is he lost a lot of time. He is currently 21 seconds behind our leader, running by himself. Next car on the lead lap behind him is going to be Sean McLaughlin, and then number 77 there. Sean, another 28 seconds back, as him and Dean Weeks are running side by side. But you see the damage on the back of Sean's car. That's going to slow him down along with the nose damage. Go back to Ethan Woodard in that number 32 Dryden car as he tries to make his way up. Ethan currently 30 seconds back. And 10th place, last car on the lead lap. That's at 6 of Robbie Bice. You see the damage on his car, as he is 32 seconds behind our leaders. As up front, you see Jonathan Combs and Hitchcock and Davies. Those are your top three right now. The 42 right there behind him, that is just Dave. Dave is definitely not on the lead lap right now, but he's definitely holding on to him. Mario, yes sir, I am. We are set up to show any custom thing you want to run. You just got to make sure on your side that if you're running a custom number that you turn off the iRacing number. You see Miss Rhea there, as she is out in front of the leaders here, but she's by herself, so they're going to catch her and go by her quickly here, as the leaders work to the top of the racetrack to work around her. As Rhea, actually, she'll go down to the apron there and let them go, as the leaders work their way back down to the bottom here. Rhea going to try and attach to the back here. She's actually going to get a good tow off that 43. So her and Dave now will be side by side. Dave probably going to want to drag the brake a little bit and fall behind Rhea, or Rhea drag it and let Dave get in. Oh no, the 43 of Max Davies just blew up. You seen the puff of smoke come out of the back, and the 43 of James Bond just blew up. That wasn't a smoke bomb that they had set up on that race car for him. That was the engine expiring. Mario, what's not showing up correctly on the paints, brother? If you'll explain to me what you're talking about. If you will explain to me what you're talking about, I will work on my end to get it to where you guys want it. As we've completed 14 laps now. Yeah, watch out for the oil spill in the front stretch. Hate that for Davies, though. He was having a good run in the top 3. That's going to set him back now. See a little bit of smoke there, but I believe that was just internet connection. Yes, sir. All right. I got you. Yeah, the problem though is if you load a custom number scheme inside Trading Paints, the custom number scheme will take priority over the non-custom number. So if you're wanting to run just a scheme without having the custom number on there, you have to load it in the non-custom number side of iRacing or Trading Paints. Oh, see Davies coming off pit road after getting the new motor. Fast repair done. Oh, that got close between the 17 and the 42. Sheet metal after Rex is coming, William. They're working on those. They haven't fully fixed it yet. They tried to do it and it caused some issues. But eventually that's coming. 10-4 Mario. As you watch Coombs here, continuing to lead over Hitchcock in the 22. But watching the field work through turns 1 and 2 here. Again, 18 laps to be completed when we get back to the stripe here out of 60. No caution flags here in the duel. So they'll run it all the way out. As we got 9 of you over here watching the early race here on Facebook. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We got 2 of you over on the YouTube side watching. Appreciate you tuning in over there as well. And it looks like here comes the leaders to pit road. Tell you, it's smart for Dave and Rhea to come in with these guys. That gives them somebody to draft with here. Yeah, William, I tell you what I'm looking forward to, and I don't know how far away it is or when it's actually going to happen. I expect to see the 22 take its fast repair. Yep, he does. It's going to be interesting to see whenever they decide to implement rain. They're talking about implementing rain on the sim. Now, that's going to be awesome for road course racing, circuit course racing, all of that stuff. But where it's going to get really interesting is when they set up a custom lobby. From my understanding, you're going to be able to set it up where, you know, if you do realistic weather, which is what they do here in this series, they basically set the weather off of what it currently actually is at that location at that time. If a rainstorm happens to happen during that time, it'll rain during the middle of your race. So we could have races that have rainouts, which will be fun. Or, you know, you could have that person that forgets they're just goofing off in a private lobby and wanted to see what would happen if you tried to race in the rain and then they, you know, forget to turn the rain back off and wash out the entire event. So those will be fun to see when it all happens. But 19 laps completed, working lap 20 here. We'll have 41 laps to go as Coombs is still your leader, but he got off pit road better than the other guys, so he's going to have a 5-second advantage over these guys. Problem for him, though, is he's kind of by himself, so it shouldn't take long for these guys to run him back down. We go back a little bit. You see Eugene Thorne back here with this pack. Eugene still running in that 4 spot, 13 seconds behind our leader. He's got Seaborn with him. Seaborn came in during that pit stop cycle, got his fast repair. So his car is good to go. The 38 of Thorne there, able to get his fast repair, so he's good to go. So you see these drivers now with fresh race cars, able to get after it. So this could get interesting here. Because this pack of cars here, if they'll stay in line with each other and all work together, they can definitely run down that front group. But they've got to be willing and patient enough to work with each other to drive themselves up there. Yes, sir. Yeah, but dynamic weather was one of the things they introduced probably about 2 years ago. And it's really changed the way the sim operates as far as track conditions and whatnot. Because I can promise you this much. You run a Labor Day Southern 500 and you put realistic weather on, that is going to be a smoking hot racetrack temperature-wise. And, you know, right now, we'll pull it up for you here. If you actually go to weather.com and pull up the weather right now, you will probably see that it is probably a little bit above 80 degrees in Daytona right now, with wind out of the southwest at 8 miles an hour. So they're trying to make it as accurate as they can. As we continue to watch Eugene Thorne and this group try and make their way back up to the front. Brian Seaborn there in the 20. Brian had a good run last night, able to walk away with the victory in the Xfinity Series, or the Legacy Series as they call it here. So, had a good run last night. Had a good run in the Truck Series as well. Didn't get the result he wanted. But definitely had a good truck. Had a good Xfinity car. It's going to be interesting to see how he does in the 500 today. Tell you, how about that patriotic Smithfield scheme? As David Salter is going to come in along with that 10 car of Albert Hewins. As we go back up front here, you see Hitchcock in line behind the 42 of Dave there. Our leader, Combs, he's in a bit of a little hornet's nest here with some lap down vehicles trying to make his way. As you watch Nick Cannon and the 2 drop off and come to pit road. Wee Man, what's going on? As Wee Man's tuning in over on the YouTube side. Got 6 people now watching over on the YouTube side. How we doing, Wee Man? See Hitchcock there, though, running right behind the 6 car. Hitchcock currently running second. He's trying to stay patient, just ride with this group. As you see Seaborn, he's going to come out, or not Seaborn, but Salters. He's going to come out and go straight to the top, let this pack by, and try and catch on back to the bottom. Brad says, "What up, Brad? Y'all still working on the late model?" Oh, Hitchcock caught the apron there. That is one thing you do not want to do, is catch the apron, because it will not end well for you. But 26 laps completed when we get back around this next time. 25 in the book right now, as we're closing in on halfway here in the duel. Combs still your leader out front. Hitchcock runs second. You can see the gap between them. That big wreck definitely messed with it. Jeremy Reimer, what's happening? Taking Brad's new bumper and fenders to get painted. Heck yeah. Tell Wee Man the party isn't on that side. The party is on this side. Wee Man, I was told to tell you that the party is on the Facebook side, and you know that. We say, John says, hoping Tuesday for the dirt series. Hope they have a bigger, faster track. Don't really like the small tracks. I feel you there. I'm not much of a bull ring racer myself. Not much of a bull ring racer myself. But you continue to watch Hitchcock as he's trying to chase down our leader. But the problem he's running into now is the group that he's running with, they're not staying in line. And he needs them to stay in line to help him. Wee-Man said, okay, I'm heading over to Facebook now. And Jeremy said, had to pop in on this side so I didn't feel left out. Heck yeah. 8 people watching over on the YouTube side. We've still got 12 of you over here on the Facebook side. Appreciate everybody. Yeah, he needs to get the 22 out front and have him pull him. I agree with you, Chris Reed. He definitely needs to work on that. But right now, what he needs more than anything, he needs that 42 and the 18 to get in line. Because all they're doing is dragging down the 97 or the 12 there, Rhea, and the 21. It is definitely slowing that pack up. Because if you remember, when they come off of pit road, Combs only had a 4-second advantage. He's now got it up to 6.6 seconds. And if you go up here to where Jonathan Combs is, they've single filed out. You know, they were 2-3 wide a while ago, but Combs got to the front of this group. He's got them all single filed out, and they're just riding up front. So he's taking advantage of it. But right now, with 28 laps in the books, working lap 29, Chad Hitchcock runs in second, 7 seconds behind our leader, trying to get this pack of cars he's with to work with him. There's only 4 cars in that front pack. He's got 6 with him. They should be able to run him down. But we'll find out. They've got to stay in line. It looks like Hitchcock's going to try and get to the front potentially of this pack. No, he's going to stay in line still behind the 6. But one thing he does need is he needs these other 4 cars to get up tight. They need to be in a tight pack, single file. The closer they are to each other, the faster they're going to run. You don't have to be bumping the driver in front of you, but you need to at least be like where Hitchcock is on that 6. You know, you want about, 2-3 feet between you and the car in front of you to really be able to pick up speed. As they come out of turn number 4 this time, though, they'll get the halfway flag, halfway home here in the duel. As Hitchcock's going to go to the outside here, see if he can get around the 6. Rhea's going to go up there with him. Oh, the 6 is going to have to peel off. Robbie Bice peeling off to come to pit road here. So Bice has to come get fuel in that 6 car. So now Hitchcock's going to be out front of this group. Rhea behind him. Salter behind her. Dave on the outside, though, of Salter. As they continue to run. Right now, though, last car on the lead lap is the 62 of Wesley Whitfield. We told you Wesley only had one job here today, and that was to win the race. This is a one-off deal for him today. And right now, he is 39 seconds behind the leader. So his opportunity to win this thing, as far as the duel, is probably out the window. But where he's at right now, he is definitely in position for a solid starting position in the 500. See Brian Seaborn there in the 20. He currently runs in the 3rd spot. Have a good one, Jeremy. Ride the bumper, go for the wild ride. Heck yeah. Double nuts, I'm pushing too many buttons on my phone. Well, quit that, wee man. See this second pack here with Seaborn. Seaborn is trying to hope that his pack can maybe catch up to Hitchcock's pack. As right now, Seaborn is 8 seconds behind Hitchcock. Hitchcock now 10 seconds behind our leader, Combs. Oh! 17 hard in the wall. back it up, see if we can see what happened to the 17 there. Just a bump going wrong between him and Seaborn? No, it just snapped loose on him. Caught the apron and up the racetrack he goes. Wow. Tough break for the 17 of Shane Wielden Sr. here in the duel. See Hitchcock there. He's now third in line, as it looks like Salters and Corshane have decided they want to be out front of this pack. But they are 12 seconds behind our leader right now. So right now, for our leader, all he's thinking about is I got to get one more good pit stop, and we're in good shape. But the problem for him potentially could be the fact that the drivers he pitted with last time are all back here with Chad. So Jonathan could be in a bit of a trouble there, but he could also work a deal with the drivers around him, see if they'll come to pit road with him when he needs to come. But we'll find out here as they work into turns 3 and 4. Jonathan out front in that Chevy Goods Hendrick scheme. Ryan, what's happening, brother? Old Ryan Urich out there in the chat said he was supposed to be in this race, but he just woke up, so we'll see in the 500 later, starting from the back. That's all good, brother. All good. Makes you feel any better? I was so paranoid I was going to oversleep for this. I set 7 alarms for myself this morning. So we go back here with Chad Hitchcock again, running in second in this pack. Not sure he's going to be able to catch Jonathan Combs. I'm trying to figure out if it's Combs or Coombs. Typically that double O has a ooh sound. But I am from South Carolina, so we tend to mess all of our stuff up. As Just Dave's going to break off and come to pit road in that 42. Chad's going to now work to the outside of Salters here. Salters now, he's going to be third. 1 lap down, but he is in third. As Bryant Seaborn now is a lap down. I think he had damage on that incident that happened in front of him, and he had no choice but to come to pit road and get it attended to. But right now, your top 5, as here comes your second place driver. Hitchcock. Coombs already on pit road. He's come in and now he's back out on the racetrack. So let's see where Hitchcock comes out in comparison to him. Hitchcock now coming to his box. He'll make the stop. Will he go fuel only or will he go with tires? Looks like he's going to go fuel only. All right, here comes Coombs out of turn number 4. He'll cross the stripe. Oh, Hitchcock on the old tires gets loose trying to exit pit road. That's going to cost him. He's going to lose a lot of ground now to Jonathan Coombs. So heartbreak for Hitchcock trying to get off, and it still continues as he runs through the grass there trying to get back up to speed. As we watch Ricky Montgomery in that number 8 Caterpillar car as he tries to hold advantage here. He runs in that 6th spot. In front of him is Whitfield, Wesley Whitfield. 39 laps completed when we get back to the track, as Montgomery works around Whitfield. There you see Seaborn in the 20. 41 is Dean Weeks. So Wesley's going to tag on at the back end of this little pack here. As you watch the 41 of Weeks, Weeks going to try and go to the outside here on Seaborn, see if he can get around him. Not sure if he's going to be able to. No drafting help on the outside, so Whitfield's going to work around him on the inside, so Weeks now going to follow to the backside of this pack. But Jonathan Coombs just crossed the stripe. We're working lap 40 here. We'll have 20 to go when he gets back around. But Jonathan Coombs right now with a 15-second lead over David Salter, who is now in second, as Coombs has drafting help there from the number 2 of Nick Cannon. But Salter in the 18, he's currently running in that second spot. Chad Hitchcock, after all said and done, he is 21 seconds back. But he's got a pack of cars and he's trying to work his way around them real fast. Albert Hewins, and then number 10, he currently runs in 4th spot in that Smithfield Mustang. Sean McLaughlin in the 77, he currently runs in 5th spot. Bryant Seaborn in 6th. 7th is Wesley Whitfield. Dean Weeks is 8th. And Nick Cannon, 1 lap down, but he rides right behind your leader. As you see Ricky Montgomery now coming off the pit road. Yeah, that's the thing. The hot tires, you got to be careful. When you do a fuel-only pit stop, you got to be careful coming off pit road. You'll light the tires up. As Hitchcock, ooh, he did not like that push. As we've got 19 laps to go as they work down into turns 1 and 2, but Jonathan Coombs out to a 16.2 second advantage over Salter right now. So, and that is steadily climbing as we watch the differential on the left-hand side in your top 5. Hitchcock 23 seconds back in 3rd. So the duel, not the way a lot of drivers wanted it to go, as that very first big one kind of spread out the field here. And definitely made it harder on some drivers to be able to make up that ground they want to make up. But at the end of the day, it's all about just trying to get a good finish for a good starting spot. Because I'll be honest with you, the starting spot isn't so much the big deal in the Daytona 500. It's the pit road spot. Getting that pit selection. If you get the pole, you get the number 1 pit stall. And that could be a big help towards the end of the race. You know, the higher you finish, the further up pit road you're going to be able to start. So it's kind of crucial to be able to get that pit road selection that you want. And then also at the same time, you want to make sure that you're surrounded by drivers that you want to pit around. Because the last thing you want to do is come to pit road and have drivers that you don't feel comfortable with on pit road around you. It's always the legends. Heck yeah, brother. You know, some leagues do have rules when it comes to pit road. Every driver must stay to the right until they're, you know, within 3 boxes of their pit stall, and then they can go to the left. That's a very helpful rule, in my opinion. So, personally, I like it. See Ethan Woodward, though, in that number 32 Dryden. That's for Go Fast Racing. We talked about it at the beginning of the race. This is a one-off deal right now for Ethan, but it has the potential to turn into a full-time ride. And Ethan right now running 9th here in the duel. So solid opening performance here in the duel for Ethan, as he's Got caught up in that very first wreck, but since then, though, he's been able to keep it clean and just log some laps here. As him and the 34 work together. As Johnny Castle and the 34. They're 9th and 10th right now. As Chad Hitchcock now is up to 2nd. As our former second place driver, David Salter, had to come to pit road. He's now 1 lap down in 7th. But Hitchcock 23 seconds back, and these guys are dicing it up back here, which doesn't help his case at all. As we go up front, and you see Jonathan Coombs now by himself. No drafting help at all. And you see he's losing a little bit of time to Hitchcock. But if that pack with Hitchcock would single file out, you'd be amazed at how much ground they'd actually make up on him in the single file line. Because right now, Hitchcock's kind of in no man's land. He's got 14 laps to go. There's a chance Hitchcock and them can catch Coombs, but it's going to be tough. We'll see how much time he actually loses here. So he's at 22 seconds when he went down into turn number 1 here. So let's see how much time he loses in 1 lap here. So Jonathan Coombs works through 3 and 4. Highly possible. And he makes it across the stripe. Let's see where he's at when he gets down to turns 1 and 2. Remember, he was at 22 seconds. He's down to 20.9. So he lost about a second, a little over a second that lap. It's going to take 20 laps for them to catch him at the rate that they're going. So Chad really needs this group to single file out. And they need to stay in line and just ride if he wants to catch Coombs, because Coombs right now has no drafting help and he's by himself. Yeah, Kyle, there's a pretty good chance. Yeah, like they have to push past it. Those giant spoilers, man. I'm telling you, it punches a huge hole in the air. You get a big, big run in these cars. And sometimes you have no choice but to go to the outside and try and make a run, because if you don't, you're going to run over that guy in front of you. But we've got 12 laps to go as Coombs has crossed the stripe. Still 19 seconds the disadvantage, as Hitchcock now is going to have to peel off. He's got to come to pit road one more time. Didn't get enough fuel in as the 38 there of Eugene gets sideways on pit road. So the question now is, will Jonathan Coombs have to pit again? I think I'm going to go take a nap before my bowling league starts tonight. Have to be up early tomorrow to work 6 a.m. to 2:30 all week, so it'll be a little quiet this week without me blabbing. Oh, man. We appreciate you coming and hanging out with us, William, man, no matter what, man. But have a good week, and hopefully you knock it out in the bowling, man. And Jonathan Coombs now comes to pit road. So Coombs now on pit road. As Coombs sits on pit road, you see Hitchcock working off of turn number 2. Hitchcock off of turn number 2, but Coombs down and away off of pit road. As right now, Dean Weeks in the 41 now is taking over the lead. Dean's only made 2 stops, so it looks like Dean's going to have to make another stop here. As you watch him come off of turn number 4, you see that 32. Oh, no. Ethan Woodward looks like he ran out of fuel. So he's coasting back to pit road. You see Dean Weeks there, though, in the number 41. Dean currently leading right now. Well, the driver fun fact up here on Dean real quick. Dean They call him Dean Speed Weeks. He's out of Concord, New Hampshire. So right here in his wheelhouse is he loves Speed Weeks at Daytona. Right now, though, that 41 out front. Damn. Hell yeah, man. Go get that 300. Have a good one, William. As Dean Weeks peels off and comes to pit road, that'll hand the lead back over to Jonathan Coombs as he crosses the stripe here. Jonathan Coombs retakes the lead. Salters runs second. Seaborn runs third. Hitchcock will be fourth. As it looks like everyone has completed their final pit stop here. 9 laps to go for Coombs as he continues to ride by himself out there on the track. Anthony James, what's going on, brother? Oh, it's been an interesting one, man. We had a big one on lap 9, which has pretty much spread the entire field out because there's no cautions here in the duel. So that big one definitely spread the field out. As right now, Jonathan Coombs is your leader. He's led 45 of our laps that we've ran so far. 60-lap duel here. And Coombs has been out front. But right now, the problem for Coombs, he's going to have 7 to go when he crosses the stripe. He's got a 15-second advantage over this guy right here, David Salters, who has no drafting help of his own. Then back here is where you'll find Bryant Seaborn. Seaborn's the only one right now in the top 3 that has someone to draft with. So he'll probably catch Salter. Don't think he's going to be able to catch up with Coombs. And here comes Chad Hitchcock. He's currently running 4th. He's ran 2nd pretty much this whole race. But right now, he's running in that 4th spot as up front, Jonathan Coombs continues to lead. Oh, he's got some drafting help now. If he stays in line, he's going to decide to go to the outside. But I wonder if he's going to drag the brake a little bit and allow the 32 to kind of run with him here. Yeah. As long as he doesn't mess up, he's got this one in the bag. As he's got 6 laps to go here. He's going to have that 32 of Ethan Woodward right there behind him. Ethan, tough break for him as he ran out of gas a while ago. He's now 13th, 2 laps back. But right now, Jonathan Coombs out front by 17 seconds. And it's starting to gain ground now because he's getting that draft help from the 32 of Ethan Woodward. So you can watch that differential between 1st and 2nd as it's going up by a 10th. It seems like every couple seconds here, he's gaining a 10th. Five to go as he crosses the stripe. As you watch Jonathan Coombs work down the back straightaway. Not sure why he's gone to the middle of the track. But he gets back down to the bottom here in 3 and 4. He's going to have 4 laps to go when he gets to the stripe. But again, thank you to everybody for tuning in to this early broadcast. Not normally known for doing a broadcast this early during the weekend, anytime we're not known for doing the early broadcast like this. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Had 18 people over here on the Facebook side. Still got 4 of you watching over on the YouTube side. So appreciate all of you for tuning in. As once again, this is the duel for the ISNF Cup Series as they get ready to do the Daytona 500 today. As this is the CMP Furniture Stores Cup Series. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We're going to have 3 laps to go as Jonathan Coombs crosses the stripe here. 3 to go, and he's got a 17.7 second advantage over Salters. And it is continuing to grow. But what's getting interesting here, though, is Salter now has some help. Rhea Ferris is now with him. But behind him, this is where it's getting interesting. Look at this pack of cars. You got Whitfield, McLaughlin, Seaborn, and Chad Hitchcock. He's right behind this pack. He's trying to catch back up with him. But Whitfield, McLaughlin, Seaborn, they are all gaining ground on Salter here with 3 to go. So we're going to watch this battle here. See if these guys are able to chase down Salter and potentially pick up a spot. Anthony James popped over on the YouTube side. Heck yeah. Again, we talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast. Wesley Whitfield is only here for one reason and one reason only. To win the Daytona 500. This is a one-off deal for Wesley today. And he wants to put that 62 South Point Chevrolet in victory lane and bring it home. Because this is it for him. This is what he signed up for, was just this one race. But I tell you, they have caught Salters and Rhea as they go down the back straightaway. You can see Wesley. He is coming with a head of steam. As you saw, once they caught that pocket of air behind Rhea, it just brought them in super fast. As our leaders cross the stripe, and we are now in our Serena Sweet Soaps 1 to go white flag. As Whitfield now goes to second, bringing McLaughlin with him. As it's going to get intense back here, but Jonathan Coombs by 17.63 seconds out front. We're going to stay with this action right here to the finish. As Whitfield now is going to be second, McLaughlin up to third. Seaborn gets turned. He's in the wall with Salters. Oh, contact between Seaborn and Salters. They're going to get in the wall. That's going to allow Whitfield and McLaughlin to kind of walk away. And they'll come home second and third here as Jonathan Coombs crosses the stripe, picks up the win here in the duel. And it looks like Wesley Whitfield is going to come home second. McLaughlin's going to come home third. And Salter and Seaborn will come home fourth and fifth. Chad Hitchcock will come home sixth. But the man who played it best today is going to be Jonathan Coombs in that number 5, as he wins by almost 18 seconds. That is crazy. As he picks up the victory here in the duel. So he will get to start on the pole in the Daytona 500 coming up later this afternoon. So we'll pause this real quick. And we're going to roll that beautiful beam footage. And we'll be right back with your Matrix Muscle Cars post-race show. As we get ready to talk to your top 3 finishers.
Let me ask you, do you have projects hanging around your yard? Maybe they're in your garage. Or hey, if you're my dad, you find them every time you cut grass. Let me tell you what, you need to check out the guys at Matrix Muscle Cars. Let me tell you about this little company down there in Birmingham, Alabama called Matrix Muscle Cars. These guys take old and make new. Whether it be a full restoration, hey, who knows, maybe you got a rat rod that you want custom. A pickup, they can do it all. Let me tell you, they like to take old and make new. Alright, so that's all I've got. Be sure you go check them out on Facebook. Once again, Matrix Muscle Cars, Birmingham, Alabama. Taking old and making new. Hey, which way is it to Alabama?
Alrighty, folks, welcome to the Matrix Muscle Cars Taking Old, Making New post race show. Matrix Muscle Cars, based out of Birmingham, Alabama, your #1 source for classic car restorations. Look no further than Nick and the guys at Matrix Muscle Cars to take care of all of your classic car needs. Matrix Muscle Cars, taking old, making new, and proud sponsors of the best damn post race show on iRacing. We're going to catch up with your third place GearsandGlitz.com third place finisher Sean McLaughlin. So let's pull him down here to Victory Lane, or not Victory Lane, but to the broadcast booth, and have a word with him. Sean McLaughlin, Robbie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Robbie.
Well, man, carnage breaks out early in the race. You're able to kind of make it through there. Had to use the fast repair earlier, but battled back. You're going to come home third, so you'll get to start inside road number 2 in the 500 today. First of all, is it mission accomplished for you? And second of all, did you learn enough here in the duels to be able to say, this is what I need to do to win the 500 today?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think anytime you finish a race at Daytona or Talladega, it's a win. Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot. I think it's going to be important that everybody's patient. Cars do bounce around a lot, and we all just got to be on the beat.
Heck yeah. Well, going into the 500, you guys only have 2 fast repairs for 200 laps. Does that kind of break the race in half for you, where you can kind of be aggressive one time in the first half of the race, then you kind of got to save that last one for the last half of the race?
I don't know that I'm ever not really aggressive. But, I mean, obviously, as the race unfolds, if you start, if you use one up, you do have to kind of change your strategy a little. But I always go by the theory of just get out front, stay out front.
Well, heck yeah, brother. You've definitely been an aggressive pusher and an aggressive plate racer so far that we've seen. It's going to be fun watching you today in the 500, man. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, well, of course, the admins in the league. This league's pretty fun. CP Rivers, you guys, and my mom, Barbara. She's always watching.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, congratulations on coming home third in the duel. Like I said, you'll start in third place for the 500 today. So best of luck in the 500, man, and we'll see if you can't bring this thing home in Victory Lane at the end of 500 miles.
I'll sure try.
Alrighty, that is your third place finisher, driver of that number 77, Sean McLaughlin. As if you've watched yesterday, Sean's an aggressive guy, so it's going to be fun to watch and see how he does. We're now going to catch up with your second place finisher, your Gearhead Coffee second place finisher, Wesley Whitfield in that number 62, South Point Casinos. Chevrolet, as we need to take the Matrix thing down. So, here we go. Alright, let's find Mr. Whitfield. Where is Mr. Whitfield in Discord? Looky. Looky. I do not see Sean here in Discord, so we will not be able to get a word with Sean, it does not look like. But, either way, congratulations, Sean, on being your Gearhead Coffee second place finisher. You've done an awesome job, brother. It's going to be fun to see what you do in the 500, as we've been talking about. Your only mission today was to win this thing, so starting outside front row, pretty good place to start that opportunity from. But we're going to head down to Shatterbatter Victory Lane, where hopefully we can catch up with your race winner, Jonathan Combs. As he's going to bring that ChevyGoods.com number 5 home in Victory Lane. So let's see if we can find Mr. Coombs. There he is. Jonathan Coombs, Robbie Buckner in the booth. You got a copy, brother. Jonathan, Robbie in the booth. You got a copy? Jonathan, Robbie in the booth. You got a copy. It doesn't look like he is available. But congratulations, Jonathan, on the win. You will get to start from the pole tonight. So that will be awesome. As he just backed out. So I'm thinking he may have been trying to talk to me and just wasn't coming through. So we'll give him a second here to see if he pops back in. Uncle Kenny, the 500 starts at 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central, and 1:30 Mountain, and 12:30 Pacific. So let's see. Was he able to come back? I'm gonna give him a second here to see if he comes back. If he comes back, we'll let him pop into the booth. But while we wait on him to potentially come back, tell you what we'll do. We'll go ahead and go through your final race results here. Your winner is going to be Jonathan Coombs in the number 5. Wesley Whitfield in the 62 comes home second. Sean McLaughlin in the 77 comes home third. David Salter comes home fourth in that number 18 car. Brian Seaborn is going to come home fifth. Chad Hitchcock 6th. Dean Weeks 7th. And Albert Hewins comes home 8th. 9th's going to go to Max Davies. 10th to Johnny Castle. 11th goes to Ricky Montgomery. And 12th to Nick Cannon. 13th is going to be Ethan Woodward. Rhea Ferris is going to come home 14th. Dave Corchesney comes home 15th. And 16th goes to Eugene Thorne. 17th is going to be Matthew Fitz. 18th to Robbie Weiss. 19th to Michael Zulver. 20th goes to Shane Wilden Sr. 21st to Gary Armijo. And David Bauk comes home 22nd. So those are your drivers that ran the duel. There'll probably be one or two more that come into the actual race. We have one pop into the chat and say, I was supposed to be in this and I missed it. But going to be awesome. Barbara says, yeah, Sean, heck yeah. But awesome duel. It should be exciting to see once we have the actual 500 today, how that plays out. But we'll take one more quick look over here in Discord, see if our race winner showed back up. Do not see him back in Discord. So we'll try and get a chat with him before the race today if we can. But congratulations goes to Jonathan Coombs in that number 5 as he dominates, walks away with a win here by almost 18 seconds when it was all said and done. So congratulations, Jonathan, on the win, man. You're going to start from the pole tonight. It's going to be awesome to see. But you're welcome as always. But everybody have a good one. We're going to get out of here for a little bit, and we'll be back with the Daytona 500 later today. So keep an eye out on the page when we post the notification. So until then, like I always say, make sure you hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them you love them, because you never, ever know when something's going to happen. Life's too short. But for Beehive Media, I am Robbie. Everybody have a good one till the Daytona 500 later today. Congratulations once again.